welcome to the second virtual International Educators Hall of Fame and Youth Ceremony. Today, we're about preserving legacies, honoring excellence, and uniting generations. We've put this together for you. Join us. Join us in thanking teachers, in celebrating their honors. They've put so much effort into educating and overcoming challenges. Listen to their stories. Take pencil and paper. Take notes. Do comments. Share with other people. For tonight, we are going to enjoy and make a group of other professionals happy. Up next, help me welcome Pastor Gregory Douglas of the Native American United Methodist Church in Anaheim, California, with a blessing. And follow that will be Miles Chapman, just a senior at La Harbor High School. He is singing the national anthem and giving the pledge.
I'm Gregory Douglas, the pastor here at Native American United Methodist Church. As we gather together to honor teachers, I want to remember how in Psalm 78, we are encouraged to not only teach one another, to share the wisdom of God, but to pass that on in teachings for generations to come. So let us pray. Gracious one, we thank you for all the wisdom you have passed on to us from generation to generation. We thank you for the ways in which you have shared with us your stories, your pathways, all the strength you give us through that. So we ask you to not only lift up those who are being honored here this day, but we ask you to pass on their teachings and wisdom for the 7 generations to come, so that we might not only be connected to one another and connected to you, but share that wisdom for now and forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Hi, my name is Miles Chapman. I'm a senior at the La Harbor High School Choir Program, and I would love for you to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by our national anthem. Place your hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You know, it's hard to believe that this all started long ago in 1984 in Sacramento, California. As a mother of 3 sons, I needed to involve my sons in activities around the city during the summer. And I got so much support from teachers and politicians and the community. Our kids were exposed to so much that today, so many years later, we have 750 inductees into the International Educators Hall of Fame from 51 countries. We started back then, the first one, 1992, with only 12. Look at the difference. To further the story about the Hall of Fame, we want you to look at and listen to the Hall of Famers today and their stories through the Congressman Correa and Master Tokumbo Adelekan. He's a pastor in Tabernacle Baptist Church, Dayton, Ohio. Lou Correa, thank you. Pastor Tokumbo Adelekan, thank you.
Hi, I'm your Congressman Lou Correa, speaking to you from here, Central Orange County. Dr. Patricia Adelkin, I want to congratulate you for creating this great group of individuals called the International Educators Hall of Fame. And today, of course, we're here to honor 23 new inductees into your Hall of Fame. International education. It's very important, not only to you, but to me. I represent Central Orange County, a place where at least 100 languages are spoken. I represent an area that, in my opinion, is the new Ellis Island of the United States. Why? Because this is where immigrants from all over the world come to make their dreams come true. They come to search for the American dream. Folks from all walks of life, folks from all parts of the world, living next to the greatest generation of Americans, World War II veterans and other veterans. And it works really well, because that's what we do in America. We are a land of immigrants. We come from all walks of life. And international education, what you do, is what makes it all come together. International education is about learning languages, learning about different histories that we all have, and learning about culture, and making it all come together so that we can become a better country and hopefully a better world. I thank you for all the good work that you're doing. And let me tell you, in Congress, we share your vision, which is one world working together across borders to make sure that the future is brighter for all of us. Thank you very much. And again, congratulations to the inductees and to all of you that do God's work. Muchas gracias, felicidades, and let's get busy.
Greetings. I am Tokumbo Adelekan, the senior pastor teacher of the Tabernacle Baptist Church of Dayton, Ohio. I was born in Hartford, Connecticut, and I currently live and work and labor with the awesome people of our church here in Dayton, Ohio. The areas of my scholarly concentration include, but are not limited to, theology, theological ethics, congregational studies, as well as Africana and Afro-American studies. Well, we truly believe in the transformation of the head, heart, and hand. And I must say here that I was a very junior member of the original beloved community that sired this awesome team, this awesome assembly called the Educators Hall of Fame. And so I'm glad that I have been schooled in tradition, socialized to be part of this group. I thank God for all of those that mentored me and led me, beginning with my own mother, Dr. Patricia Adelakhan. God bless you, Mom. Thank you that you've taught us to use the mind to serve the community, to uplift others, and to transform the world. And having said that, I leave you with this great hymn of the church. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, who sent his son my soul to save and fitted for the sky, to serve this present age, my calling to fulfill. Oh, may all my powers engage to do the Master's will. God bless you.
Career in 2002 as an English teacher, and as I was finding my voice as a teacher, I realized my students also had to learn to use their voice. When the Language Academy started in our district, I realized that there would be nothing more powerful than to teach heritage Spanish speakers to advocate for themselves in their own language. And so we began the dual language journalism program, my students now write stories for the community in both English and Spanish. And this has taught them that language is twice as powerful when you're bilingual. I still continue to teach language, but instead of teaching 9th and 10th grade English, I now teach Spanish for Spanish speakers, where I continue instilling the love of literature and writing for my students.
Deja sus ovejas, se ponía a vender cristales, vuelve.
With time, I realized that it wasn't only enough to teach journalism and language, but that the kids really needed to understand their own history. So I wrote a course on Latin American studies that focuses on the history of music and dance. And now I hold 3 credentials, English, Spanish, and history. And I am very grateful for everything that has allowed me to do.
The philosopher Socrates said, "Know thyself." My aim is to help people realize the amazing potential that they all have. My name is Lenore Spence Brantley. I was born in New York City. I now reside in Orlando, Florida. I got a doctoral degree in Human Development Counseling from Vanderbilt University. And over the last more than 50 years of teaching, I've taught from preschool to the doctoral level. I've developed a program in the college where I now teach called Destination College, where I taught students how to gain the skills to gain entrance to our university. I also developed another program at a college where I previously taught called Project Tab. It came as a result of research I did over a 10-year period in the United States, England, and Jamaica, West Indies. I taught elementary students how to resolve conflict. At a time of social and ethical chaos, I want to encourage young and old alike to take the higher role, find a moral compass, and do the right thing. And as a result, they will enjoy happiness, health, and success in life. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Harris, also known as Miss Imani, born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I've been able to take familiar childhood stories and adapt them to teach hundreds of children the mysteries of God. Children are impacted in ways causing them to take that knowledge to their homes and communities, impacting the world in ways unimaginable. You can even find some of my students on the big screen.
This is the perfect spot to learn. Teach me tonight.
What size are you wear?
6.
Perfect.
Richard, I'm impressed. I think you might just have the next Michael Jordan.
Oh no, brother man. I got me the next too.
Whether you're a friend or working on my team, you'll find yourself in an environment cultivated to stretch and grow. I started Impact Dance and Music Ensemble to support professional artists, giving them opportunities to travel abroad to perform and educate. Some have joined me in a piece I choreographed for the gospel singer Jackie Boucher, and on an episode of a hit series called Good Trouble. I am now right in the center of what I do best at Second Baptist Church of Santa Ana, California. Doing what I love, changing lives through the arts.
Thank you so much for nominating me for this award. I'm honored to be among the nominees. When it comes to teaching, I really enjoy being in the classroom and discussing long-form journalism, narrative nonfiction, which is what I teach and I also practice. This is true storytelling about the world around us, and it could also be true storytelling about events that have happened in history. And so having these discussions around articles and books in a classroom and talking about current events and history with students is inspiring to me, and I think is also exciting when you're in a classroom setting. But I also really enjoy working with students on their own story ideas, and that process involves talking to students about what they think is an important story that could come out of their own lives or how they see the world or what they see in the world, maybe about somebody else's life, and then working to do that research and to write that story and put it on the page and make it the best story that they can. And so that process is incredibly rewarding, and it also allows students to draw from their own interests and passions and creativity, and so it becomes something that is also valued for them. So every day that I'm teaching, every time I go into a classroom, I also feel like I am learning so much from my students. So thank you again for this opportunity.
My name is Reverend Melvin Jackson, and I want to say good afternoon to everybody. And I want to give my educational status. Thank you. I thank God for the prestigious nomination. I started out in a one-room school in Georgia in 1936, and I finished my education in Dayton, Ohio at Correa Academy downtown. I joined Tabernacle Baptist Church, where I became a teacher in 1973, and I've been teaching for about 48 years. I received many certificates. I attended Sinclair College. I attended Boyce Bible College in Dayton, Ohio, and I've always been an advocate for education. And I've always tried to give encouragement to young people to finish their education. And I want to leave my legacy to the young people, that to get all they can and can all they get. And I quote what John Maxwell said when he wrote in his infallible laws of leadership: a legacy is created when a person puts his organization into the position to do things with or without him or her. God bless you.
Dr. Gregory Yee Mark was born in 1947 in Oakland, California. As a young man, he received his bachelor's degree, master's, and PhD, all from UC Berkeley in California. Serving for over 52 years in the field of education, he retired and is now a professor emeritus in ethnic studies at California State University, Sacramento. As an advocate for civil rights, at the age of 21, in 1969, he organized the first Asian American conference at UC Berkeley, at which 800 people attended. And in 2001, in Sacramento, California, he started a community service project called the 65th Street Corridor Community Collaborative Project. It is the community arm of Sacramento State University Ethnic Studies Department. Dr. Mark has written more than 20 textbooks and has literally written hundreds of articles, chapters, and more about matters in ethnic studies. Today, he still mentors youth, travels whenever possible, and continues to research and write. His advice to the youth is do the right thing for yourself, your family, and your community. Congratulations, Dr. Gregory Yee Mark.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lawrence C. Mincy, and this is my wife,
Dr. Adina Pickett Mincy. This is my husband.
And we're going to tell you a little bit about what education has done for us and what it's like to be an educator in our community. I've been involved with education most of my adult life, and one of the things I realize is there's no excuse for failure. If you want to achieve anything, you can. But I've taught sports, I've taught drama, productions. I've recently written my first book. I've mentored so many down through the years. I've taught in the schools, and I've also taught in the church for the last 25 years or so. So education has been a part of me, and I believe that there's no excuse that if anybody wants anything, if you're hungry enough and you strive hard enough, there's nothing you cannot accomplish.
I've been an educator over 30-some years, and it's very important to express and share with others. We have to get it done. To make no excuse, education is free if you want it. The time and effort you put into it. I have spent many years helping others, mentoring, teaching, whatever it took. Over 28 years dealing with children's church was just a joy to me. Educating others is very vital in this life. Life is too short not to get your education. In education, it's important for those that sow seeds in us, for us to do the same thing, obtain those goals, share with others.
Right. And you know what? Because someone sows seed in us, we sow seed. And as we sow seed and others benefit from our experiences, we pass it to you, and you forward and do the same thing. Get your education, become a teacher, make a difference in your community. It matters. It really matters. Let's tell them how we did some things together.
Well, we worked with the National Visiting Teachers Association for many years.
That is a nonprofit 501c where we mentor parents in the educational development of their children. We also teach workshops. We work with refugee children. Also, we're both chaplains. We obtained our chaplaincy together, and we obtained our PhDs together, which shows anything you want to do,
you can do it. What a blessing to be next to your own spouse and being able to obtain those degrees.
Amen. So we're blessed, and we appreciate what God has done for us down through the years. Education is more than just books, but that academic education matters. It can open up doors that no one can close. We encourage you to strive to be the best that you can be, and that inner person inside bring out the best in them through the educational process. So I'm LC, and this is
Adina,
and we wish you bon voyage.
Education number one.
Hey now, y'all. I'm Dr. Mona Lisa Saloy, coming to you from my home and library in New Orleans, my birthplace, the Crescent City, a welcoming place of cultures, especially Black Creoles. Why? Jazz was born here. Blues, rhythm and blues blossomed here. Many visual artists too, along with benevolent societies, or as we call them, social and pleasure clubs, whose purpose is the support and uplift of each other. As for me, I'm an award-winning author, folklorist, Conrad and Hilton endowed professor of English at Dillard University, and the current Louisiana Poet Laureate. Thank you, God. Advice? Delays are not denials. So keep on pushing. Giving up is not in our DNA. Remember that every smile is a joy. Every hug is a blessing. Every good moment shared is a gift, which is why we call it the present. As our ancestors taught us to strive for excellence, or as my cousin Moline says, do the labor, great or small. Do it well or not at all. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Daryl Ward, and this is Vanessa Ward, and God has richly blessed us. We have done many things, and to God be the glory. Perhaps the most significant thing that we've done in recent times is the creation of the Hope Center for Families.
The Hope Center for Families is an evidence-based model facility of what we call two-generation, which engages education for children, the earliest learners from infants to age 5, and their parents simultaneously, with education from a community college that gives them certification in areas of allied health. Our effort is to provide education for children and their families simultaneously for the uplift and the strengthening of the family as a whole. We are excited about this opportunity because in the past we have concentrated on education of children alone, and we have found that you can't uplift a whole family just by getting a child educated. You need to concentrate on families simultaneously, those parents who need to receive an education and to be empowered to do greater things for their families as a whole. They want to do better, and they're given an opportunity to make an effort to do so. The Hope Center for Families opened on November 10th, and we have a video to show a little bit of that opening. We want to thank Dr. Delacan for recommending us for this honor, and we are certainly grateful to be recognized for the work that we feel God has called us to do. A word to young people is that I once learned this from another educator, and I passed it on to the students that we educated in our charter school some years ago. and that was this saying, there are no shortcuts to learning. We've tried to model that with our own family and with the children whose lives we have touched. It takes an education to build and to grow and to make choices in life. And there are no shortcuts. You just have to do the work. No shortcuts to learning. Keep going, and thank you again for this honor. God bless you, and these are our greetings coming from Dayton, Ohio, where we have been serving as pastors for the past 31 years or so. Thanks
33.
again. 33 years. God bless you, and thank you for this honor.
As a 2021 International Educators Hall of Fame inductee, Dr. Peggy Wilson is celebrated for her perseverance and accomplishments in the field of education. For over 2 decades, Dr. Wilson created scholarships, academic support programs, won federal funding, and doubled minority student enrollment at the Now School of Health and Rehabilitation at The Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio, all before finishing her PhD at the same university. Despite immense societal barriers from birth and through the Great Depression in Lexington, Kentucky, a time when Jim Crow laws and rising rates of violence existed, Dr. Wilson persevered. At Ohio State, she single-handedly maintained a support network for minority students. She went beyond the call of duty, said the then chair of the Allied Medical Professionals. Wilson's success as a supervisor and practitioner is beyond expectation. Indeed, she is an icon in the field of education. To Dr. Peggy Coleman Wilson, congratulations on being inducted into the 2021 International Educators Hall of Fame. We thank the Reverend Dr. Tokumbo Adelikan, pastor of the Tabernacle Baptist Church of Dayton, Ohio, for nominating you. May your legacy live for generations to come.
Thank you, all of the domestic inductees. We are so proud of you. We're preserving your legacies. We're honoring your excellence. And we're uniting generations. Next, we'll have La Harbor High School Choir singing the Carol of the Bells.
Hark how the bells ring, silver bells all seem to say, throw kites away, Christmas is here, bringing the cheer to the young and old, young and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song, ding dong, ring, dong, what's this to hear, words of the cheer from everywhere, filling oh, raise our Lord, raise our ding dong, it's the song of the cheer, Christmas is here, ding dong, that is the song, ding dong, what's to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how raise our Lord, raise the town. Ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, that is the song. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
My name is Dr. Baba Adam. I am humbled, and it's a great honor and privilege to be inducted to the 2021 International Educators Hall of Fame. I am born in Maiduguri, Borno State, in Nigeria. I currently live in Merced, California. My area of expertise in agriculture, research, and policy. I am privileged and I stand in the shoulders of many giants that I have been a high-level educational administrator here in the US. I have been a director, dean, associate vice president for over 2 decades. The advice I will give to our young people is that knowledge is changing at exponential level. It took about 1,000 years to get to the industrial age from the agricultural age. Then, from the industrial age to information age, it took less than 50 years to move from the information age to artificial intelligence, machine learning, and it is estimated that knowledge doubles today at every 12 hours. Thus, the advice I give to our youth is continue learning, and that change is the only constant in the world today. Today, you can have a whole Library of Congress, the largest library in your palm. So that gives us an enormous amount of privilege. Thank you.
I'm Yvette Flores, an immigrant from Central America. I was born in Panama and raised in Costa Rica. My parents brought me to the United States at age 13 so that I could have a good education. I followed their dream and obtained a master's degree in community clinical psychology at the California State University in Long Beach, and my doctorate in clinical psychology at the University of California, Berkeley. For the past 33 years, I have been a professor in the Department of Chicana and Chicano Studies at the University of California, Davis. My teaching has focused on the physical and mental health of Latinx and other people of color. I have taught thousands of students on my campus, as well as abroad in Argentina, Costa Rica, Panama, and Mexico. As I reflect back on my teaching career, I am most proud of having taught and mentored young people who are now health professionals, engineers, artists, and teachers. I stand on the shoulders of many, beginning with my mother, who was an elementary school teacher in Panama and guided and supported my education, along with my father, and the junior high teachers who took the time to support a shy immigrant girl who did not speak English. I am now an elder, committed to supporting students and promoting their connection to their culture and ancestral knowledge, as these will foster their resilience and shed light on their life journey. To young people, I say, hold on to your dreams, look towards the future, go forth and do good works. I thank you for this honor.
Hey, International Educators Hall of Fame, hello. Dr. Patricia Adelicon, thank you for this incredible recognition. I am so honored to join so many amazing people around the world in the International Educators Hall of Fame. My name is Dr. Jose Paulo Michalis, and I was born in Baguio, Philippines. I was raised and still reside right here in the great city of Anaheim. Currently, I'm an assistant professor at California State University, Los Angeles, in the Charter College of Education, and my research interests are in ethnic studies pedagogy and curriculum. Prior to my professorship, I taught at Loera High School, where I developed the first ethnic studies course for the district. I also serve on the local school board in Anaheim. Now, my advice to youth today is to try to not control the external things that will happen in your life. You can only control the internal things. And as you continue into adulthood, you'll face many things you simply can't control, like a breakup or a loss of a job. What you can control is how you react to it. See the glass half full versus half empty. See opportunities versus losses. When one door closes, another will open. And don't complain about your problems or the problems of the world. Do something about it. Like Gandhi said, be that change you wish to see in the world. You can get anything and achieve everything you want in this world if you work hard, are resourceful, and you don't give up. And yes, you may take 2 steps back, but push through and take 5 steps forward. You can achieve your dreams and be successful. Si se puede.
Hello. Thanks to Dr. Pat, first of all, and the award team for adopting me into the International Educators Hall of Fame for 2021. I'm deeply honored. My name is Frank Anabraba McMay. I was born in Abonima in Rivers State of Nigeria. I currently live in Sacramento, California, United States. My background is in industrial and systems engineering. I have a bachelor's and a master's in microelectronics packaging and a strategic execution certification from Stanford. I started my teaching here in 1995 when I joined the UC Santa Cruz Extension. In 2002, I joined the NTC College, where I was teaching design certification as well. And then in 2003, I joined the University of Phoenix, where I was an instructor and a faculty member until 2016. My advice is for kids to stay in school, to take your education seriously. In 1995, we formed the African Education and Research Foundation to port education to Africa online. And then here we teach kids leadership skills, project management and anti-bullying, all to get young children to be self-confident and complete their education. So that's my background. I love teaching, and it's a pleasure to be one of the nominees and adoptees for 2021. Thank you so much.
My name is Boatamo Adimusuje. I'm currently a professor and associate dean at California State University, Sacramento. I would like to thank the nomination to be inducted into the International Educators Hall of Fame. I thank everybody who has nominated me, and then I thank also those who are inducting me. I grew up in South Africa under apartheid system. I came to the United States, and my work here in the United States has continued to be international. I have been involved with students in a program called Cooper Woodson Enhancement Program that helps students with scholarships. I've also been involved in Global Majority, which is an organization that teaches peace and conflict resolution. My message to the youth is, please do not forget that you have power. Even in situations where you feel powerless, remember there's always the powerful power of the powerless. Thank you.
Greetings. I'm the Reverend Dr. Benjamin E.K. Spearhearted II. I was born in Monrovia, Liberia, and reside in Dayton, Ohio. I'm the rector of St. Margaret's Episcopal Church in Trotwood and the president of the West Dayton Caravan of Churches. I'm the executive director of the Dayton Scholars Program and the founder of St. Margaret's Art and Stamp Programs. I teach liberation theology, the history of Christianity, and Black church history at Dayton's Leadership Academy. I began my career in education in 1990 as a chaplain, teacher of religious studies, and coach at Christ Church School in Christchurch, Virginia. My advice to the youth of today is this: never lose heart. Failure is not a measure of your worth, but a chance for a new start. Persist until you succeed. I am deeply honored and grateful for this opportunity to be inducted into the 2021 International Educators Hall of Fame. Thanks to Dr. Delicon for the nomination. Again, I'm blessed and grateful to be honored in this way. Thank you.
ආයුබෝවන් තෙරුවන් සරණයි. මගේ නම පූජ්‍ය ආචාර්ය වල්පොල සද්ධානන්ද ස්වාමින් වහන්සේ. මගේ උපන් ස්ථානය ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ රාගම් ප්‍රදේශය. මා ශ්‍රී ලාංකික බෞද්ධ භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේ කෙනෙක්. මම බෞද්ධ භාවනාව පිළිබඳ විශේෂ පුහුණුවක් ලබා ඇති අතර කැලණිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ බාහිර කතිකාචාර්යවරයෙකු වශයෙන් වසර 2ක කාලයක් සේවය කර තිබෙනවා. බෞද්ධ මනෝවිද්‍යා උපදේශනය, දේශීය වෙදකම, පාරම්පරික සිංහල වෙදකම, ජ්‍යොතිෂ්‍ය උපදේශන පිළිබඳව ඉගැන්වීම් කටයුතු මේ වන විටත් සිදු කරමින් සිටිනවා. වැරදි මගට යොමු වී සිටින බන්ධනාගාරගත වුණු මත්ද්‍රව්‍ය වලට ඇබ්බැහි වුණු තරුණ පිරිස් ඒවායින් මුදවා ගැනීමට අවශ්‍ය උපදෙස් හා මඟ පෙන්වීම සඳහා නායකත්වය ලබා දීමට මා කටයුතු කරනවා. එම තරුණ පිරිස් බෞද්ධ භාවනා සඳහා යොමු කරවීමත් සිදු කරනවා. ඉගෙනීම යනු පොතපතට සීමා වුණු ක්‍රියාවක් පමණක් නොවන බවත්, බාහිර ලෝකයේ හා ගැටී ලබා ගන්නා අත්දැකීම් තුලින් ඔබ ලබා ගන්නා දැනීම අධ්‍යාපනය වේ. කාරුණික වන්න, ධෛර්යමත් වන්න, අභියෝග ජය ගන්න, සමාජයට බරක් නැති මිනිසෙකු වන්න. ඔබට ජයපතමි. තෙරුවන් සරණයි.
And now now we'll have a song by Ruthie Bolton, a 2-time gold medal winner. With this song, created just for this Hall of Fame event, Dream Big is the theme, the words by Mac Ross, sung by Ruthie Bolton. It's a slideshow. Listen to the words. Thank you.
Imagine all your hopes and passion, just a dream away from the light of day. Imagine that you and only you were chosen to share a million red roses. Close your eyes and imagine, make it happen. Dream big. If you dream it, you can do it. Dream big. Pour your heart into it. If it's worth dreaming about, you might as well dream big. Live your wildest dreams, yes you can. Golden opportunities in the palm of your hands. The world is waiting on you. You and you and you. Stand up, stand tall, and answer your call. Dream it. If you dream it, you can do it. Dream big. Pour your heart into it. If it's worth dreaming about, you might as well. If it's worth dreaming about, you might as well. Dream big, yeah. Dream big, might as well. Dream big.
Dr. Dolores Irene Silas came to rest in peace and power on July 24th, 2021. Her bright light no longer illuminates this world, but her glow will continue to radiate throughout our community and throughout this world in each one of us whose lives she profoundly touched. Dr. Silas was born in Elkhart, Indiana, and made her home here in Tacoma in the 1950s, where she quickly became a renowned leader in the field of education. Dr. Silas was drawn to transformative power of education and the importance of teachers being strong models while encouraging students to find their own voice and place in the world. She navigated several careers through her life that included education, business, and politics and civic engagement. She made history in Tacoma as the first Black school principal and administrator. She was also the first African-American woman to serve as a city council member and as deputy mayor in this city. The beloved community embraced Dr. Silas as much as she embraced us. And in July of 2021, shortly before her passing, we renamed Wilson High School as Dr. Dolores Silas High School. Her legacy includes service on boards, commissions, and lots of initiatives. Dr. Silas is among the giants whose shoulders I stand on today. While she was small in stature, her towering presence will be remembered forever.
Next, the Community Service Award. That's a special category of a community organization that has given to the field of education concentration there, such as Toastmasters International, the world's #1 education organization for leadership and speaking. Well, this year we have chosen one of our mentors who gave back to our young people. His name is Mr. Ekbo, and that was as far back as 1987 in Sacramento, California. His impact has been so great, even though now he's transitioned into the next world, that there's an organization in Sacramento called the Society of Nigerians, and he is the founder. For this education to teach Nigerian culture, we just want to thank you, Mr. Ekbo and your wife Lucy, for your outreach and your contributions in the field of education. Thank you.
The recipient of the 2021 Community Service Education Award is the late Mr. Newton Steve Ekbo. Mr. Ekbo was born October 24, 1951 in Nigeria, where he was raised in the Lagos state. He died on February 26, 2012, at the age of 60 in Sacramento, California. In 1980, he and his young wife Lucy moved to the United States to attend undergraduate college. In 1985, they moved to Sacramento, California, where they raised their 4 children and became involved in the community. They became mentors to the Adelican children, who were also from Nigeria. Mr. Ekbo and Dr. Adelican would go to schools in Sacramento, where Dr. Adelican would say he would help explain about childbearing practices in education in Nigeria. Such involvement helped my 3 sons adapt to the U.S. schools, end quote. Both the Ekbos, husband and wife, were energetic mentors extraordinaire. During his lifetime in Sacramento, Mr. Ekbo founded many organizations, and in the early 1990s, he co-founded and was the president of the Sacramento Association of Nigerians, SAN. Until his death, he was the chair of the board of directors. Mr. Ekbo believed heavily in fathers being active in the lives of their children, and someone once said to fathers and grandfathers, become a mentor to prospective and teen dads in your community. After all, every child deserves and needs an involved, responsible, and committed father. Dads count. Such is the legacy of Mr. Newton Stephen Ekbo, recipient of the 2021 Yomi Community Service Education Award.
Hello, my name is Alicia Reimer. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I received my master's at Chapman University in Orange, California, and my PhD through North Central University. I entered the field of marriage and family therapy in part due to my own personal experiences. I was raised in a multicultural home where depression ran high, but help was scarce. My first experience with therapy was met with hesitation by my parents, who were going through a divorce due to domestic violence. I didn't get to receive the help I needed to cope until I entered college. Growing up in a low socioeconomic status, mental health wasn't talked about. It was taught to sweep under the rug. College taught me to be my own person and not be afraid to ask for help. Education offered me support, goals, and an escape. As a therapist, I've seen youth come to therapy by their parents' demand. At first, they are hesitant, but then they open up and heal. I've seen the power of therapy transform family relationships, more siblings getting along, and school performance excel. As a clinical supervisor, I enjoy providing my insight to new therapists, offering more support, and teaching new techniques. As the pandemic brought a lot of change and recognition to mental health, I continue to see families struggle with their finances and place mental health on the back burner. My greatest wish is for the stigma of mental health to continue decreasing and more affordable mental health care for families.
My name is Linda Jacobs from Anaheim, California. I am a member of Youth on the Move Incorporated, YAMI, International Hall of Fame since 2013. and a founding member of the International Educators Hall of Fame Museum. As a leader of compassion, motivation, and goal completion, I assist YAMI and New Era Education Program, NEEP, on improving their reading, writing, and spelling comprehension. We need your financial donations to fund our administration, our museum, pay rent, and store artifacts for our International Educational Hall of Fame inductees. For yearly membership drive, please join and become a member. To create historian books, e-books, t-shirts, and teenage handbooks of success. For printers, ink, laptops, copy machines, and technical costs. To purchase materials to advertise, present yearly events, to support first-time paid staff. We need your help. We need your precious donations. This year, we have a fundraiser for a 3-wheel adult bike. Raffle tickets are 1 ticket for $10 and 3 tickets for $25. It takes a dedicated team to focus on the operation of an organization. My dream is that our youth learn enough skills that they, too, will become educators. Please donate and join our team. Contact founder Dr. Patricia Adelakon at 714-628-9844 or email International Educators Hall of Fame 2015 at gmail.com or contact Linda Jacobs, Deaconess Missionary at 714-495-7150. We are educating future generations. Please help us with your donations. Blessings and thank you, one and all.
Dear Dr. Adelakon, here's hoping that all is well with you and your family at this time. I'm writing this letter to let you know how grateful and honored I am to have been inducted into the 2020 International Educators Hall of Fame. I have never been so surprised and elated in my life, and I am indeed grateful for your part, Dr. Katomis, Dr. Jacobs, all of the other board members who had a definite part in nominating me for this most outstanding honor. Recently, I received a certificate of recognition and congratulations from the United States Congress House of Representatives, and also a letter of recognition and honor from the City Council of Anaheim, California, District 3. For both of these, I am deeply grateful and will have a special place in my home for them. With all that has been done, this has truly been a monumental experience in my life, which I will always remember, and I truly thank you first for having the concern and interest in the work of educators by starting the International Educators Hall of Fame, and secondly, for all that you did in making my induction possible. May you be blessed and have much continued success in your work with International Educators Hall of Fame, Youth on the Move, Inc., and in your future endeavors. Love and blessings, Ms. Shirley B. Law.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing our bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime and jingle bells time. Dancing, dancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. What right time, it's the right time to rock the night away.
jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle and a jingle of these. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. What right time is the right time to rock the night away? Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the block. Mix and mingle in a jingle of feet. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the Jingle Bell Rock.
2, 3, 4, 1.
Okay, there might be usable stuff on that.
Hi, I'm Mahita Lurie, the MC for Youth on the Move Youth Division, and I'm one of the founding members of the New Era Education Program. I'm 16 years old, I'm in 11th grade, and go to Arnold L. Beckman High School, which is in Orange County, California. My hobbies include drawing and doing anything related to biological or medical sciences. First up is Simone Batiste. She is fluent in both English and Chinese. She is 12 years old, is in 7th grade, and goes to Cerro Villa Middle School, which is in Villa Park, California. She will be reciting the Pledge of Allegiance in both English and Chinese. And now for Simone Batiste.
Hello, welcome to the 2020 International Educators Hall of Fame inductee ceremony. My name is Simone Batiste, and I'm going to be leading everyone in the Pledge of Allegiance in English and Mandarin. Let's start with the Mandarin. 我顺其上以美丽上为中国的国家，和其所在的国家，不可伸张权力底下，不可全面自由与平等。Now for the English. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Now on to my brother Amod. He is 14 years old, is in 9th grade, and also goes to Beckman. He is one of the founding members of Youth on the Move Youth Division. His hobby is solving the Rubik's Cube, which is what he'll be showing you right now.
Hi, I'm Amoge Lily, and I like solving the Rubik's Cube. So, the Rubik's Cube is a 3D combination puzzle in the form of a cube. And the goal of this is to get each of these faces right here to a solid color. So how I solve the Rubik's Cube is that I get each of these edge pieces right here to the center. Then I get pieces, corner and edge pieces, into these slots. Then I do one algorithm, which is a sequence of moves to solve the Rubik's Cube. So I do one algorithm so that all of the pieces on the top layer face up yellow. Then I do another algorithm to put each of these pieces in the right spot. So solving a Rubik's Cube takes a little hard work, a little patience, and some practice. But trust me, you can do this. I also have a Rubik's Cube YouTube channel called AA Cubed, which I post Rubik's Cube videos. Be sure to like and subscribe and watch all of my videos. The link to the channel is on the screen right now. Thank you for your time.
My name is Albert Wilson Jr., and I'm a member of Dr. Pat's team. I'm one of the directors. And Dr. Pat, this is perhaps one of the best events that we've had when you're more or less introduced into the world and inducting into the Hall of Fame the Educators of the Year. I'm so pleased to say you did an outstanding job. The technicians that put all of this together, that I can set and speak to you, and you will be able to see this for the rest of your life, and many of us. Such an outstanding induction. You deserve it to let the world know that you're an educator for life. And that was a young lady that did a song called Dream Big. I paused for a moment because when you dream, you must make it the biggest ever for yourself. And Ruthie Bolton was the one that sang this song. She did an outstanding job. She too dreamed big. And with 2 gold medals, we're very proud of her as well. But first of all, I want you to know, you have done something that the world need to recognize you for. You've taught and educated thousands of individuals. And because of what you did in your lifetime will be passed on by others. Your kids, your students, all of them will be recognized because of your great work. For that reason, outstanding. Continued success for the rest of your life. What a wonderful day. Thank you.
Greetings again. When I think about mentors, my mother comes to mind, Dr. Patricia Adelicon. When I think about my mother, I think about the power of learning, the promise of living through lands, the pool of love, and the promise of learning. Thank you, Mom, for making us learn French. Would rather play football or soccer. Thank you, Mom, for teaching me syntax and grammatical construction when I would rather watch TV. Thank you, Mom, for saying no when we wanted you to say yes. Thank you, Mom, for not what you have given to us, but for what you have left in us. But Mom, I also want to thank you for living through lands, that while we were knee-high to a toddler, you compelled us to travel the world and to meet people of different times and climes, of different linguistic systems, different religious orientations, and different philosophical points of view. You challenged us to get exposure, to meet people, and to be humbled by the awesome constructions of values that we find among the different peoples of the world. But Mom, I thank you mostly for the principle of love. That because you loved us into clarity and conviction and courage. And because of your love, we're now able to love others. We believe that love is the most powerful force in the universe. And because we first learned how to love from our mothers, we're able to allow that love to be shed abroad in our hearts. So Mom, thank you, because the roots that we have taken, R-O-U-T-E-S, are developed from the roots you have given us, R-O-O-T-S. So to all of you, we ask that you give tribute to your mothers and fathers, and that the legacy of scholarship and soulship and stewardship birthed through you will know no bounds. We do not fight through the mind and with the mind until we get tired. Mom, you taught us we fight until we win. Tired or strong, weak or healthy, we must march on till victory is won. Thanks, Mom, and thank you to this beloved community of scholars. May your legacy know no bounds, and may those that you have blessed and their children and their children's children rise up and call you blessed. Tukumbu Adelicon from the Tabernacle Baptist Church of Dayton, Ohio. God bless you, my brothers and my sisters.
I thought my life was about myself and my struggles until God said, "Not so, my child. Eureka, I have kept you, I have provided for you. I have protected you. Now go and help others. Today, I stand before you as the author of His Strength in My Weakness, A Journey of Brokenness, Breakthrough, and Transformation, the host of Unleashing Unlimited Power podcast, and the founder of the Ripe Awakening Group. The Ripe Awakening is a group of dedicated authors designed to reach, teach, and empower others through workshops, seminars, and conferences. Our next virtual conference is scheduled for February 4th. Please follow on www.theripeawakening.com for updates on the future conference. On behalf of the Ripe Awakening, I would like to say thank you to Dr. Patricia Delacan, and I would like to say congratulations to all the inductees and the attendees. Thank you so much on behalf of the Ripe Awakening.
Thank you, everyone, for putting this program together. For the Hall of Famers who accepted the nomination. For the tech team who put all of this together. For the young people who performed. We just want to thank you. Join us. Donate to us. Let us come back next year. And I just want to say in 5 languages, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias. Eshe pupo. Thank you. Have a nice holiday. See you next year.